Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In a lot of my projects I've used zippers, and so you'll see zippers that look like this, in whether it's a tote bag or a piece of clothing, whatever it is. This is what I usually do. It usually looks something like this. Well, a viewer in the UK asked me about lace zippers. That's what this is right here. I had never heard of them before. I got so excited, I went and looked it up on Amazon, and there they were. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to put in a lace zipper. Now I'm going to make a small bag using the lace zipper, and this bag is, you can use it for a cosmetic bag, or you can really use it for anything that you like. Remember, you can make this bag any size. So for this demonstration, you'll need one fabric for the outside that is 9.5 by 17 inches. Then you'll need one for the lining that is also 9.5 by 17 inches. You can use fusible interfacing and fusible fleece, but I'm cutting it just a little bit smaller than the fabric because it keeps the seams from being too thick. So I'm cutting it 9.5 by 16.5. You can use cotton batting if you like, but if you are using cotton batting, then cut it the same as your fabric here. If you're using the fusible interfacing or fusible fleece, you're going to put it on the back side. Now you can put it on the back side of your fabric for the outside of the bag, or you can put it on the lining. I decided to put it on the lining because I like the way it turned out. So on your fusible fleece or fusible interfacing, it's rough. The rough side goes against the back side of your fabric. Then you want to follow package instructions for fusing it on. It's a very simple process. This green and white fabric here is my fabric for the outside of the bag, but I'm looking at the back side of the fabric, the not so pretty side. You want the not so pretty side to be down against your table. Then take your lining fabric and put the pretty side, if it's got a print on it, put the pretty side down against that fabric for the outside of the bag. You've already got your interfacing or fleece fused on. If you're using cotton batting, then just lay it right on top. Then place pins all around all four edges. As you're pinning, you want to decide where you want your opening to be. I'm putting mine near the top, but not right at the top edge. When I have two pins, that means where I want to stop stitching. When I just see one pin, that means this is where I'm going to start. So here's my opening right here. So you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam all the way around. Now let me give you a tip on going around a corner. When you get to the corner, which is a 1/4 inch away from this edge, you're going to leave your needle all the way down through the fabric. Lift up your presser foot, then turn your fabric, and then continue stitching. So you're going to stitch around all four sides. After your stitching is all done, then you want to go to all four corners and trim some of the fabric off. You want to leave about 1/8 inch of fabric in your seam that's left over. So I'm just going to go across at a diagonal like that. Then I'm going to cut just a little bit more off the corner and a little more here. Remember, you do it on all four sides. Then you're going to go in through your opening and turn it front side out. Now make sure you go in through your opening and poke all of your corners out. Then go to your ironing board and press this entire piece flat. And then at the opening, you want to fold your edges in and press them flat, and then press again on top. This is the front side of the zipper. You can see the zipper teeth, and it's got a kind of an unusual little zipper pull. But for doing this, you're going to turn it down like this to where you're looking at the back of the zipper. Here is my fabric for the outside of the bag. So I'm going to put the pretty side, the outside, on the back side of the zipper. And I'm going to place it about 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper teeth. You don't want to get it too close to the zipper teeth, because then when you move the zipper pull back and forth, it could get caught in there. So when you're stitching, after you're stitching, see if that zipper pull is smooth to open. I would pin your fabric down to the zipper, and then using a zipper foot, which is a really small, narrow little foot, stitch close to the edge of your fabric all the way across. So this is what it looks like so far on this bag. So this is the outside fabric, and here is the front side of the zipper. Now these lace zippers are really long, so you can use them on a variety of different size of projects. Now here is the back side again. We're looking at the back of the zipper. Take the other end of your fabric and you're going to pin it on the back side. So that I can make sure the other end of the fabric is lining up correctly, I'm just going to bring this down. And I'm going to make sure that this edge is in the same place as the other edge. And then just put one little pin, just to kind of, don't go all the way through your fabric, just go through the top layer and just hold it right there. In fact, I would use 2 pins. Hold it right there so you know you've got it lined up. Now unzip the zipper all the way, and then you're going to turn it to where the inside is now showing. After you've got it pinned on the back side now, again, make sure that the edge of your fabric is not too close to your zipper teeth, and then stitch close to the edge right up along here. Now turn it front side out and make sure your zipper closes easily. You can position the zipper any way you want. So I'm going to show you how to stitch the sides together if you want the zipper right up at the top. You would pin your edges down along the sides and stitch 1/4 of an inch seam all the way down. On some of my bags that I make, I actually bring the zipper down a little farther. So I've just folded it. So it went from up here in half to just lowering it down just a little bit. So you have several options there for stitching together. So no matter where you want the zipper placed, once you decide that, you need to unzip your zipper. This is real important. Then go ahead and pin your sides down. And then after pinning, stitch 1/4 of an inch seam along the edge. Before we turn it front side out, you're going to trim off the zipper on each side. This is an old rotary cutter blade. This is not a new one. Don't use a new one. Or if you have old scissors, use those. And just go ahead and trim it off on each side. Now turn it front side out. After you've done stitching and you've turned it front side out, then reach back inside and poke all 4 corners out, and then close up the zipper. Now this bag is what I call a flat bag. I'm going to show you real quick how you can turn this into a box bottom bag. So here's your side seam, and you want to just push that side seam down to where it's centered here. So you kind of have this weird little point. Now it all depends on what size of a box bottom you want. I went in about 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches, so that I could have it around a 3-inch wide box bottom. If you want just a narrow one, go in 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch. If you want a large one, go in 4 inches. And then you just stitch straight across and make sure you back stitch. And then you do it on the other side. So right now, it looks like this when you're done. You can, if you want, trim this off and then do an overcast or zigzag stitch along the raw edge. Then when you're done, you just turn it front side out. If you're interested in where you can find lace zippers, I went to Amazon. They've got everything there. And they have this large economy bag of zippers and a variety of colors in it. And it was a pretty good bargain. I don't remember the exact price, but check it out. If you're interested in this, just go to Amazon.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. I also hope you try these lace zippers. They're really, really very pretty. Now, if you're interested in other sewing projects, then they'll be listed below your YouTube screen. And also, all of the goodies on the wall behind me, I will have links to those down below your YouTube screen. So scroll down to the description section, click on Show More or the down arrow, and you'll see Expand Open and you'll see all kinds of links. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.